We got broken into last night. And so I'm going to tell you all about that. Firstly, I know I've got a tea cozy on my head for the people who's looking, but I've just been for a run and I wanted to get this podcast out quickly because I know my awesome VA Jojo is finishing soon and it's a Friday. I don't want to keep it late. So it's only going to be a short one, but I share the good. I share about the numbers and stuff, but I also want to share the bad as well. I don't want to just highlight, oh, self-storage amazing, self-storage amazing. I also want to note when things have gone wrong. And obviously, a break-in is not particularly good. It's not something you want to wake up to. So here's the story, the takeaway. Angela is an absolute legend, superstar. DSOC actually called Angela and said that basically they've gone by the way, they've been spooked. But we wanted to tell you we hadn't rang the police because normally the protocol is if they're still there, they ring the police come and boom, they're in prison. Bad boys are in prison. But because they left and got spooked because they couldn't get anything, basically, because we are secure, then the DSOC actually rang us because before ringing the police, because the protocol is that they don't ring the police unless there's an immediate threat, and there wasn't. So they rang Angela. I don't know what time it was. It must have been about 3:30, something like that. So Angela, bless her, she got in a car and she went all the way to Beverley. She lives in Hull to Beverley. It's about a half an hour drive. So firstly, just wanted to say Angela is wicked. And yes, that's exactly what I said to her. I said, Angela, you're wicked. I actually think I called her a superstar. Anyway, so she came out just before 5. Angela rang me. She said, I'm here now. Everything's safe and secure. I'm like, first of all, you're a nutter. What are you doing there? Because who knows? They could be waiting. I know they come, but I don't know. I just feel a bit. And so she goes, don't worry, my partner's with me. I'm like, oh, bloody hell, there's 2 of you. So firstly, amazing work. Thank you very much, Angela. So then she rang me and she goes, I don't know what to do, Dean. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, so I said, listen, what we do is we ring 111, non-emergency. Everything was secure, by the way. So you get off home, you ring it on your car, and then we ring them and we just ask advice. I presume we don't touch anything just in case they want to do fingerprinting. You never know. And so we take their advice. So we took their advice and they was going to pop down later on today when it was back open. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're asking the question, did they nick anything? Did they get in? So first of all, they jumped over the palisade fencing gate. And this is why it's so important to be safe and secure. We saw on the camera they jumped over, and then there's a company called Acklam's, which are next door to us, and they've got buses coming in and out all the time. So they've got spooked certain times, and you can see them in the camera, not a bit suspicious, not wanting to jumping over. And so they decided at one point to jump over. They got spooked. They hid we've got one blind spot that you can't. So there's always going to be a blind spot, isn't there? There's a blind spot, so they hid there, and they waited for the bus to come. So the point of this is that I do think that having a good location helps you in marketing, it helps you in brand awareness, and it helps you in visibility, it helps you in convenience for the customer, but it also helps you in security. Because if you're in a high visible area, like for us at Clough Road, we are never ever going to get broken into at Clough Road because we're opposite a bloody police station. So it's not going to happen. Mansfield, again, it's a busy main road. If somebody breaks in there, they're crazy because it's visible, it's highly visible. And also having CCTV cameras, having somebody monitor them as well. I think if people are going to do stupid things, there are going to be criminals out there. So what we've got to do is do as much as we possibly can to prevent this. And that's what we've done. And so in terms of damage, no, they tried to get into 3 roller shutters containers. Now, I know since I've had these roller shutters, people have said to me they're not as safe as containers. That's false. Absolutely false. We got broken into, and by the way, I'm not having a go at the people who said that because you only go on your knowledge you've got, and the knowledge that they had is the roller shutters are a bit flimsy. That's what they thought, and these are not. One person was somebody who's very, very high up in a certain company, another person who owns a company, and was like, I would never use them because they're not, safety wise, it's not good. I'm like, no, they are. We got broken into maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and the only units that wasn't, this is before we had monitored CCTV, the only units that was broken into was the containers. Every container got broken into because they just got an angle grinder and off you go. These units, these roller shutters, they couldn't get in. So every single roller shutter we had there, It was the only ones that was secure. Every other one got broken into. So they tried to break into these roller shutters again. Jimmy with what is it? A crowbar. They couldn't get in, but it was that's exactly what I was doing. And they just couldn't get in. Obviously, they'd knackered the slats and stuff. It means that there wasn't operational. My mate's there doing it, sorting it out. And I think he's got, oh, sorry, there's 4. He's got 3 of the 4 working now. But yeah, they knackered the slats, jimmying them up, but they couldn't get them up. It's safe and secure. So once they've been trying them, then they've moved on to the containers. And the containers, I think there was 3 or 4. They basically cut the locks off, but didn't end up getting in the containers anyway. I got told first of all this morning that they've jammed the doors. They opened both doors together and they've jammed one of them. So stupidly they couldn't get in because they jammed the door. I mean, Wally's. I mean, talk about being so you idiots. I'm going with that. So they're absolutely stupid there. And then the other ones, I think because we had the safety lock underneath on one of them or so, I don't know. But anyway, they didn't get in any of them. So yeah, that was very, very good. Very, very lucky. I feel blessed that we've got an awesome team. Gary Mack was in control of it as well before 7 o'clock, messaging me details and stuff. And I was in bed with a wife and I was like, yeah, it wasn't the girlfriend this time, it was the wife. I was in bed with the wife. I don't know why I said the wife. I was in bed, obviously, with the wife. Anyway, and she said, do you feel like you need to go? I was like, no, do you know what? I would have done years ago, but I don't because I'm surrounded by an awesome team. Just an amazing team. Gary had it under control. Angela had it under control. I was like, brilliant. And it's now 12:37. I've been doing other things this morning. I ain't even popped down yet. I'm going to pop down and see Angela and stuff and say, thanks, mate. High five. But apart from that, no, I haven't popped down. So, yeah, I feel very blessed to have an amazing team. I feel very, very blessed to have an awesome security system. And bad things, remember, bad things happen. That's it. I could tell Angela wasn't particularly happy at the time. And I was voice noting Gary. And I was telling my mate who's at my house doing some work, he was like, you don't seem pissed off. I was like, no, do you know what? Bad things happen all the time, but you've got to put a price on your happiness, your price on your mindset. What price do I put on my mindset? I'm not going to let some little scallywags who, by the way, again, no blame to them, because if I was in their situation, if I'd lived their life, I'd be doing exactly what they're doing. We try to get by, don't we? Do whatever means possible. I don't know their circumstances, so I'm not going to call them or anything like that, because they could be doing it to feed their family. You know, they've got a kid at home who's I don't know. We don't know the circumstances, so I don't want to ever judge. But back to your happiness, I feel that we've got a price in our happiness, and I'm not going to let some scallywags who, for whatever reason, decide to break in. That's not going to affect my mentality today. It's not going to ruin my day. Why? Because my mentality, my happiness, the price of that is much further up there. As one of my mates, very good friend, says to me, 4 walls. As long as my 4 walls are all right, my house, I ain't bothered about the outside world. It can all crumble down for all I care, but as long as it doesn't affect me, my wife, my 2 kids, that's what my friend says. He said, I'm good. And so I love that mindset. My wife's good, my kids are good, I'm good. And so the outside world, yeah, so what? We had a break-in. It's not the end of the world. It's not something to get mad about. It's not something to get upset about. It's just life, and people have the reasons for doing certain things. I don't think that they're doing it because they're absolute wankers. They're doing it out of necessity, and we've got to remember that. So, yep, bad things happen, but don't let it impact you, your happiness. Don't let it take over your life. Don't let it impact who you are. Don't let it change your mood, your mindset. Your price of happiness has to be higher than the day-to-day shit, because if you let stupid little things bother you, then you're going to be upset, you're going to be mad, you're going to be down, you're going to be moody about rubbish stuff. We need to elevate our price of happiness and not let the little crappy stuff that's going to happen every single day, day in, day out, we can't let that affect us. If we do, then our happiness, our mindset, the way we see the world is just going to be shit. So we don't want to do that. All right, my friends, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend, my friends. See you later. Bye.